Hello and welcome to another episode of the Experts Interview Panel. My name is Mostafa Hosseini, and we are hosting the Confidence Giveaway this week. The theme of our giveaway is to help entrepreneurs boost their confidence in different areas of business, such as mindset, sales and marketing, business strategy, speaking visibility, health and wellness, and more. So, our gifts are look in those different categories. We got top experts, industry experts sharing and graciously contributing their gifts and resources to help you boost your confidence. My guest today is Brian Lutwig, one of our amazing contributors. Hello, Brian.
Oh, hello. How are you doing today?
Fantastic, sir. How's your day so far?
Well, considering it feels like the first day of winter, we got our first official blizzard. Not too bad otherwise.
Absolutely. I mean, we had the blizzard last night. I think you know, it just went over our head and over to you guys in Saskatchewan. So you're in Saskatchewan, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Good, good. So Brian, what is your business name?
Well, my business name is Brian Ludwig CPA. I'm a public accountant, and I basically focus on doing cross-border tax work and working with small businesses.
Love it. And so, what's the story behind your business?
Well, for the last 30 years, I've been working with a diverse range of small business owners and farmers. And one of the things I've noticed is most small business owners just do not simply use their financial numbers to their advantage. In most cases, usually they're bringing me a shoebox of receipts 3 months after the year end, and all they need to find out is how much tax do they owe. Well, this is where they're missing out on a large opportunity. They don't really know the numbers in their business. And by knowing their numbers, they can fine tune their costs, especially if they do advertising or marketing of any kind. They can make sure that they're actually making money with their marketing. And all too often, I see business owners just blindly putting money into advertising and not having a clue if they're actually getting a good return off it or not.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And then, so tell us about. I know you touched on it, but tell us about. Give us more details on who you serve and what you do for them.
Okay, the main group of people I serve are kind of small business owners. They're often small business owners who might be experiencing some type of financial issues, whether it's they don't have enough cash coming into their pockets, or at least they don't think they have enough cash coming in, or it might just be a case they're tied to their business. They almost feel like they're the owner, but they also feel like they're the head slave as well, and they just can't get away from their business. So that's where I work with business owners, help them take a look at their business, get them focused more on managing their business rather than being kind of a head worker in their business, and start looking at how they can improve their efficiency of their business. Definitely look at their finances and how they can save on costs and increase their revenues, like by looking at some of their marketing methods, and hopefully just give them uh, an idea of what kind of systems they need to put in place so that they can walk away from their business for a week, like take the occasional vacation, and not feel like they have to shut the business down completely while they're gone. And when they come back, they actually still have an operational business still functioning.
Absolutely. What's your experience with that? I mean, I think you just mentioned something very important. Where I think a lot of business owners don't take enough or any vacation at all. What's your experience with that?
Well, that's where you kind of come across a lot of different attitudes. A very common attitude that many owners have is if you want the job done right, you got to do it yourself. Uh, so that's where quite often they're hesitant to delegate work out to employees or to hire employees just because they don't think they can do the job. In that case, it might just be a simple case you're not training them well enough. That's where if you have a system in place and you have a well described instructions that you can give to the employees, they could likely do that job. Because if you want to take a break away from your business, they do need to know how to do the key tasks that need to be done. Likewise, if you're looking at selling your business, this is where you don't want a business that's very highly dependent on you being there. You do want a business that can operate on its own without you. So that's usually one of the most common uh, things I'll come across.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Brian, how does looking at the numbers and working with you help us and other business owners, coaches, consultants take more time off and achieve that goal and relax a little bit?
Well, first of all, by looking at your numbers, that's where try to find some tax savings. That if you can put more dollars into your pocket just by not paying the government, and then this is legitimately, of course, this is where it'll give you more dollars in your pocket. Um, that's where going back to taking time off from the business. If you have more cash flow coming in, that's where, yes, it'll make the decision of hiring someone or an assistant to help you a little bit more palatable.
Love it.
You'll get the money coming in, because that's often another reason I hear why you don't delegate work, because you can't afford to hire anyone. Um, so that, and then also just kind of looking at your marketing, if you can understand your numbers as part of your marketing plan, that's where marketing should not be a cost center where you look at it and say, well, I got to spend $5,000 a year in advertising. It's a case you should be in a situation, if you're promoting a product or service, you should be able to spend unlimited amounts of money, because every dollar you spend, if you can get $4 or $5 back in revenue, all of a sudden marketing is not a cost. It's actually a profit center. And this is where you just need to make sure you understand your numbers up front so you can make the right decisions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think there are a lot of people out there who are making enough. They actually can afford to take some time off so they could relax and, rejuvenate and, come back a lot stronger and, take some personal time. Because as entrepreneurs, I think we are pretty bad for that. Like, we don't take care of ourselves enough. And then,
yeah, there are some people, like, I can actually use myself an example of this. I've kind of got myself where if I take 2 weeks off, even though I have people helping me, there's certain critical work that unless I hire someone that's got some of the specialized knowledge, uh, that's where it's hard for me to get away, just because I don't have none of my staff has the necessary training or skills to do the specialized work. So I always have to make sure, if I'm going away to a conference for 2 weeks, I got to make sure that all the work that I can only do gets done before or after. So that can be a juggling, but that's where if I had someone who could actually do some of the more advanced work that I do, that would definitely make my life a lot easier.
absolutely. Absolutely. Um, what do you figure are like the top, maybe the top mistake people make with their numbers? What is it?
Well, probably the top mistake is not tracking them in the first place. That's definitely one of the starting points.
That's what I thought
But
too.
and by another related one is kind of relying on your accountant too much, or your financial advisor, whoever you see. This is where you have to remember, ultimately you're the owner of the business, and you don't need to be preparing your numbers. Like, you can hire a bookkeeper to do it, you could hire an accountant to help you out, or a financial advisor, but it's ultimately you who have to take responsibility for the decisions in your business. And if your advisors are giving you advice, you either need to understand exactly what they're advising you to do and why, and what the pros and cons are, or you need to make sure you ask them the right questions so that you are satisfied. All too often, I've seen many business owners, they get talked into doing something like reorganize their business. And 3 years later, they're wondering, why did I ever do this? Like, I'm trapped now. Um, and this is where you want to make sure that you fully understand the decisions that that are being made on behalf of your business.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you on that. The big problem with many business owners is that they're not even tracking the numbers for their business. They don't even know what the numbers are. And if you don't know it, then you can't. It's like we're blind basically if we don't know the numbers. I'm sure you know that a lot better than I do. So, Brian, tell us about your gift and the one you're contributing to the confidence giveaway.
Well, the gift that you can download right away is a checklist of, I believe it's 17 key financial drivers, or the kind of 17 key numbers that you should be looking at in your business. And this will focus on total revenue. It'll focus on your net or gross profit and your cash flow. And if you even just keep track of these numbers, which you could do with a good designed accounting system, your bookkeeper should be able to enter your data and give you these numbers every month or every quarter. You can monitor the progress of your business. In addition to this checklist, this is where you'll also have access to some pre-recorded master classes I've done. I had one where I focused more a bit on the marketing side, plus on the financial numbers. And I believe I also, when you go to access the course, you're also going to have access to a tax masterclass course that I did as well. I just threw
Beautiful.
that in at the last minute.
Beautiful. Love it. Love it. So, gang, you're gonna get the checklist there and the tax course by Brian, which is all very valuable. You get access to that for free. Now, Brian, tell us briefly about how this helps us become more confident.
This is where, if you have a better idea or more clarity around the future direction of your business, this is going to allow you to grow your business faster. The more results you get, it's going to make you more satisfied with your business as a whole. You're going to start achieving some of those personal or financial goals you set for yourself when you
Mm-hmm.
first opened up your business years ago, and it's going to improve your life overall. Um, it's going to be different for everyone. But if you have a business that's running smoothly, it's bringing in the cash that you're hoping it would bring in, it's going to relieve a lot of stress and pressure off you, and it's going to
Yeah.
improve your family relations. Your spouse might not be yelling at you or nagging at you saying, why did you ever start this black hole of a business up in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
All of that can get to a person, but if you can get your business on a good strong foundation, that's, I can't guarantee you instant success, but at least you'll be on the right path, so that you're going to increase your likelihood of long-term success.
Love it. Absolutely. I mean, if we don't know what is happening, our confidence goes down. If we don't know
Yeah.
how we're performing, our confidence goes down. Even if we check the numbers and the numbers are low, and some people might be even afraid or scared of checking the numbers because they're afraid that the numbers are not what they want it to be.
Yeah.
But even so, if I know what the numbers are, even if they're low, now I'm confident that's what's happening, and I can come up with a plan and a strategy to fix it and take it to the next level.
And that's very important. If you can catch something that's potentially wrong early on, you have a lot more options to fix that issue. I don't know how many times I get people coming to me about a year or two after the issue started showing its face, and by that time it's too late. Um, this is where they start noticing a drop in the cash flow. Well, by the time they come to me and ask me about it, that's when I look, how much line of credit do you still have? Nothing. They maxed it out. What do you have for credit cards? They're all maxed out. And at that time, it's too late. You go to a bank to try to restructure your loans. Well, by that time, they're looking at you much differently. They're looking at you as a high credit risk at that time. Whereas if you did
Absolutely.
it 2 years earlier, yeah, you probably could have had a good chance of restructuring or getting a larger line of credit while your finances were still good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brian, appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And thank you for contributing the gift and helping entrepreneurs boost their confidence. And tracking numbers is very, very important. And being confident in your business numbers and your taxes and your accounting and the rest of it is extremely important. And I think there something I read years ago was that one of the top reasons that businesses go out of business is taxes. Like they end up
Yes.
owing so much tax and they don't handle it well, but they go bankrupt. And
Well, one of the most common mistakes I see a lot of first year business owners make, they basically run their business for a year. They don't put money aside for taxes. And when they do their tax return, all of a sudden they find out I have to pay 25 to 30% of my income in taxes.
yeah,
And that's where they think, well, if that's not bad enough, then I have to tell them, oh, by the way, the government's likely going to be asking you for installments for next year's taxes as well at the same time. So essentially, they're paying off 2 years of taxes in 1 year.
yeah, yeah. That's very, very important. So again, keep an eye. Go in. The link is in the comments and descriptions. You can go to dailyconfidence.show/giveaway to get access to your gifts, and or click on the link in the comments or the descriptions of the show, and it will take you. You can have access to 12 amazing gifts that our contributors are sharing and help you boost your confidence in different areas. My name is Mostafa Hosseini. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Brian, again. And
Oh,
we're
you're
going to be
welcome.
back tomorrow with other amazing contributors and experts who are contributing to the giveaway and talk more about business and confidence and taking your business to the next level. Thank you and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye now.